Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your general love relationship reading for the second half of October. I understand that when this posts it will be well past the time of mid-October, but just keep in mind that time is fluid, and putting a date on it is really just for organizational purposes. This is just the energy that I'm picking up over the next couple weeks. Also keep in mind that nothing is gender specific, so don't get caught up on the gender of the cards. And again, this is a general reading, so it cannot and will not resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. It's meant for someone else. Virgo, I have over here for you, and then I have your person. I have the situation, what's crossing the situation, the outcome, and some messages of advice. Feel free to switch the roles however it best suits you and your situation. So let's go ahead and get into it. There are a lot of cards here, both for you and your person. So a lot that needs to kind of come out. So let's go ahead and get started. For you, we have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So perhaps you and your person are at a distance and you are not able to have a physical connection at this time, or perhaps this is a reminder to start having more of a physical connection. Maybe that's lacking in this relationship right now. Maybe something has happened, or maybe this hasn't progressed to that stage yet, but there is an emphasis here on physical touch, a loving, tender touch. I will say, Virgo, when I was shuffling your cards, there was a really heavy energy, which is represented here in the cards that we have here. So perhaps I'm tapping into someone's energy. Hopefully it's just one person specifically. Gosh, it just felt really heavy and toxic, to the point of like abusive. So if that is resonating with anyone and there's some sort of physical abuse, this is spirit definitely reminding you that that type of touch is not loving, and that's not what you should be accepting. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I'm so sorry, but just needing to put that out there because I was feeling that and it's now coming to my mind. So hopefully that if that's resonating with anyone, it's very few. But otherwise, there is some importance placed on having a loving physical connection with your person. You also have focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. So sometimes we can be really critical of people and hold them to certain expectations and not see the good in them or criticize what good we do see in them. So this is important to really kind of see past all of that and make an effort to see the good in people, so that you can actually see what they have to offer and their true character and who they really actually are deep down inside. This also is, focus on love. Perhaps there's been some distractions. Someone has, kind of, allowed themselves to become distracted by things that are not love, if you guys catch my drift. But, the Spirit is telling you to focus on that true loving connection. You have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very logical and intellectual, intelligent person. They're kind of a control person. They're very head over heart. They don't tap into their emotions too much. Not to say that they are cold and detached, but that's almost like the appearance that they give off. And I think that's to maintain control of their emotions. So if this is you or you're someone that you're dealing with, I get this feeling that someone is almost become very detached. And that could be this too, focus on love, physical touch. When we become emotionally detached, other things start to fall to the wayside as well. So like a physical connection could also be part of that detachment as well. So if this is you standing in this energy, or this is your person, they almost have to reconnect with their emotions. You have the Artist. The Artist is another major arcana in this deck. This represents creation and mankind once they do away with the distractions of the 3D world. So again, with distractions, I almost feel like there's a lot of distractions here in this connection, or specifically with you or just your person, but someone here is being advised to take the blinders off and see through that. You have the Magician. Magician, someone is trying to manifest something here. I believe they're trying to manifest a deeper emotional connection. There aren't a whole lot of cups here in this spread, so I do feel like there is some sort of disconnect with emotions. So I think someone is trying to manifest a deeper emotional connection here. You also have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about sacrifice and surrender. It's also enlightenment from a new perspective. So perhaps someone is having to, find that new perspective, or perhaps someone is having to sacrifice something in order to further this connection. Because you also have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about distraction and confusion. It's illusions. Someone is removing this mask to see that not all these cups offer something that's fulfilling. So I do think that someone here, this could be a third-party situation. There could be, some distraction in that regard. But yeah, I do think that there's definitely been a lot of confusion going on. Then you have the Justice. The Justice represents having to make a decision. It's it's balancing things out through making some sort of decision, taking action on something. So I do think that Justice is going to be coming in, and once a decision is made, someone is going to be moving forward. You have the Chariot. This is moving forward in a new direction. It is taking action. So perhaps, that's what is going on. And then someone, once they decide, they make that decision, they sacrifice whatever, they give up, surrender all of these different options here. And they make this decision to move forward. Perhaps this is what they're offering. It's, the Page of Cups. It's a message of, or a communication of emotion, of love. This also represents insight, and clarity. So perhaps someone is moving forward, and they're going to want to express themselves emotionally. Your person here has honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. So here we go with this communication of love, of emotion. They have do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So again, this feeling of distraction, and Spirit is saying, give your attention to those who you care about, who are important to you. And instead of, giving it elsewhere where it's not going to be fulfilling for you. You also have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. So I really am feeling, I'm sorry, Virgo, I do really feel like that there's been something here, almost like there's been someone else in this situation. I'm really sorry about that if that is the case. But Spirit is guiding you or your person to reevaluate that, to be truthful and honest about your feelings, to give your attention to the person who is most important to you, to get to know them and to learn how they give and receive love so that you can have this open, reciprocal connection. Someone has been closed off, not wanting to make a decision. Of the Two of Swords, this is actually inaction, not wanting to make a move, not wanting to take action on something, being guarded. See how she's guarding her heart chakra and has her swords raised. Her swords represent mental clarity. So it's almost like she's very much kind of like the King of Swords, just using logic over heart here, head over heart. Three of Wands. This is about making a decision, not making a decision, but making a plan, strategizing something so that when you have to make a decision, you have this plan in place. This could also represent travel as well, but for me, I'm seeing it more as planning something on how you're going to move forward, how you're going to, bring things to fruition in this connection. You have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is very creative, very passionate. I do think that someone here is, because you also have the Emperor. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, or Leo, Sagittarius, the other ones. But both of these are kind of about, for me, it's like the fact that these both came out are reinforcing the idea that someone needs to step into their power and take control here, take lead on moving this forward, on taking the appropriate steps to move this connection, to further it and lead it into, some sort of progression. You have the Six of Pentacles. This is about balance and reciprocity. Again, what I was saying with these cards over here, someone is needing to open up and learn about somebody else, how they give and receive love, so that there can be reciprocity in that. You also have the Three of Cups. Now, for me, in certain situations, the Six of Pentacles can be a third-party situation because you see someone giving to one and neglecting the other. And then the Three of Cups, there's three parties in this love connection, in this emotional connection. So the fact that these came out together could represent a third-party situation, which is why I mentioned that earlier. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry about that, but this could also indicate finding balance and celebrating that, reuniting with someone once this, has kind of happened, once this balance has been established in this connection. Your situation. You have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he does bring a very stable offer. It can be a very small offer, but it's one that has potential to grow into something greater. It has longevity and stability, and it can lead to something very prosperous, and very abundant. So this, perhaps the slowness of this is what is so frustrating, but there is stability in this offer. What's crossing that? You have the World. The World can represent a cycle ending and a new one beginning. It is the last card in the Major Arcana at the end of the journey. It's the last card representing the journey, and a new one will be beginning. So I think that the reason that this is crossing this Knight of Pentacles is something needs to end here. Some cycle that is over and no longer serving anyone needs to come to a close. Your outcome, you have two. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So the Four of Pentacles represents not wanting to let something go, holding back, trying to maintain control over something. And the Knight of Wands is a very passionate, determined knight who goes after what he wants. He can be kind of flighty, and it can represent kind of like an in and out, on again, off again type of relationship or energy, if that's in this relationship. But I do feel like someone here is holding back, and someone else is going to be coming in very determined to go after what they want. So take that however that resonates, Virgo. If this is you holding back and your person has, decided to come forward, or if this is your person holding back and you've made this decision and you're deciding, with this Chariot to move forward, to offer, this communication, to open up, about your feelings and moving very forward or passionately towards that. Your messages of advice. Your commitment is being tested. So again, I do feel like there is possibly some sort of third-party situation. If that is not resonating, this is just some sort of test. Unfortunately, relationships, they ebb and flow. There's highs and lows, peaks, valleys. Everyone kind of goes through lulls, and that's in those lulls is where your commitment is going to be tested. So just keep that in mind, that is what's going on. You also have your dreams need a practical plan. So like going back to that Three of Wands, having to make a plan about how you're going to move forward, how you're going to achieve what it is that you want. Sorry, I don't know why that's not focusing. Someone needs to strategize here and figure out how they're going to get what it is that they want, and to put a practical plan in place in order to succeed, to find success and victory. Because if you don't have a plan, sometimes you can go spontaneous and just, go for it without a plan, and things can end up, really good. But it's most of the time when we have a plan in place and we have steps and things that we know we need to accomplish, we need to overcome in order to find that success, is when we are most likely to find that success. So if I'm picking up that if you want victory in this scenario, you're going to have to put some sort of plan in place for your actions. You also have be bold and make the first move. This is really interesting. I do feel like that has to do with this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands is very bold. They are not afraid to go after what it is that they want and make that first move. So I do feel like these are two separate energies here, this Four of Pentacles and this Knight of Wands. And whoever this Knight of Wands energy is relating to is telling them to make that first move. Oh man, this is really, really interesting. I just want to read here at the bottom of the deck. Virgo, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Love is patient and kind always. Kind. Love is kind. So if there has been any unkind energy going on here, just know that that should not be existing, and that's not something that you should be settling for. But otherwise, just have patience in this. This Knight of Pentacles really tests our patience because he is so slow moving with his offer, and it can drive you crazy having to be patient for it. But be patient, because a fiery climax approaches. Yes, I do feel like that there is definitely going to be some sort of climax here in this situation, and it is going to be passionate, and it's going to be bold, and it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I do want to say here, because this does indicate that there are not a whole lot of love going on here, or anything happy. Sorry. At the bottom of the deck here, you do have the Nine of Cups. So there is satisfaction and fulfillment somewhere in this. If this is something that you're having to go through, I mean, we all go through trials and tribulations. If that's one of the scenarios here for you, just know that it's all divinely guided to realign you on the path towards your Nine of Cups. Virgo, I hope that helped. If it resonates, please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.